Welcome to my demonstration on how to use the WIKI function in Blackboard. The first step is to go to Assignments, click on WIKI tab, find your name, double click on it, and you'll get a page that looks just like this. Once in, you can start building your pages by clicking on the New Page button. And here you might want to type the title of your sport. And there are a few functions that I want to illustrate. I'm not going to bother with any of these typical functions you would find in Microsoft Word, but I will show you a couple of the ways to attach different documents that you might want to include in your final project. So those of you who are doing a mental training manual can follow the topics that are listed in the course syllabus as pages, and then make sure each page includes the content that is required. If you are working on a JOPERD article, this is basically a repository where you will keep your research article PDFs and drafts and files, so I can go in and easily access them when they're due for a grade. So I'm going to show you quickly how to add an external page. So you would type the page name into the display box. Okay, and I'm going to focus on USA Gymnastics. And then you would go to the website. And copy the address. Pasting it here. Make sure you don't have duplicate information. And then what I like to do is add the open window option so it pops up automatically. You can also link into other wiki pages once you've built some. So if you wanted a title page, for example, you go into that title page and then highlight a particular title, hit wiki page, select the page, and it will take you there. It's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so submit. Make sure you always save. And then check your work. Okay, so there you have it. USA Gymnastics page pops up. All right. The next thing I would like to show you is how to create a new page again. And the second page might be your first topic of motivation, which we are covering next week. And I'm just going to show you basic steps on how to do this, but what your responsibility will be is to make sure that your pages fit the assignment criteria. Once I'm done showing these basics, I'll pull over a mental skills manual from a previous class. So the next thing I'd like to show you how to do is insert an image. To do this, you must have the image saved on your hard drive. If you go and try to save, let's say this picture of Simone Biles as copy image and paste it in, it will not work. You'll be able to see it, but I won't, and nobody else will either. So be sure you follow that very special instruction, very important instruction, and go to the file that is on your hard drive. So you click this icon here, which is the picture, and then you go and click this file to the right side of the source box, choose your file. I keep a bunch of pictures, of course, in the picture folder, and click on the picture that you want, hit OK. You can put a description on there. You can change the image dimensions with this box or by pulling the image on the screen. And then you should have your image. Hit save. And you can also adjust where the image is centered on the page by using your typical functions, like so. You can then edit around that image or add the image at the end, however you would like to do it. So one thing about the pages here is that as you add more pages, they are added to the bottom of this list, which can serve as a title page. But because you do have responsibilities of creating a title page that describes your target audience, it would be a good idea to include a title page and not rely on just this. So the next step will be we'll create a different page for this, and we'll make this one imagery. It's not in the order that it's listed on your syllabus. But here, if you wanted to add a file, let's say a PDF of a research article, you could do one of two ways. You could add the file first, and it would capture the title of what the file is saved as. Or you could type your file and highlight it, and then connect the link. So my file has disappeared here for a second. Bear with me, or fast forward. Let's pick one from here. Finally, I found one. Okay, submit. And you can see whatever I labeled it as in my folder on my hard drive will be what shows up. Okay, so alternatively, you can type the reference, and you will have to do this. And link your articles to the actual reference. So what you could do is copy and paste the reference from your previous research summaries, because that's a step, and then paste it in here, or you can just type it up again. I'm just going to keep it short here so that you can get the idea of how to link this. The title of the study in sentence case, followed by the title of the journal. Oops, that's caps. Notice where the caps are. And then you'll put your volume number, and then you'll put your page number. Oops. It's a very long journal article. Okay. And you highlight it, go to your file, choose the file again for the first time. I'm showing it to you the second time here. And then, oh no, you should have had that come up. Oh, alternatively, you could go in here and change the there we go. So the idea is to make sure that the link works, and it does. Okay, what happens, if you didn't notice, is when you click, the article downloads to the bottom left of your screen, and you click on it. Now, if you download an article from the internet, I will not be able to see it. So it's very important that you follow the steps and download the article onto your hard drive, and then from the hard drive, put it onto your wiki page, okay? So This basically was a demonstration of how to edit your wiki pages and create interconnected wiki pages if you choose to do that. You can also create tables, and there are a couple of other functions that students don't usually use, like symbols, but it generally operates the same as Microsoft products. All right, if you have any questions, be sure to contact me. I will show you now real quick what a page looks like that has already been completed. Now, this student does not necessarily conform to all of the requirements that are listed on your assignment. So be sure you check. I know that I would like you to have pictures in your wiki pages, and this particular example does not have any. But so the content of the layout is done rather well. You might want to focus on important terms on a given topic, like in this case, there's motivation. And the idea is to focus on terms that are relevant to your target audience, but also that are represented in the research articles that you have studied, that you've summarized, okay? So here is the research article summary for her first article. And in this case, the student would have lost points. Can you guess why? Because she did not use the full citation in typing out the reference. She just said motivation article 1. So I would like you to type out the full reference. So when we look down at this information, you can determine who the authors were and what they found. Okay, and so here you'll see that the motivation article is linked, and it just, I'm not sure I'll be able to click on it. Oh, there it is. So the motivation article is in the bottom left. I'm afraid if I let go of this, I'm not going to be able to click on it, but you will be able to. And then you can just click on the article. I'll be able to click on it and actually get the article if you have saved it onto your hard drive before pasting it on here. Here is the research summary. It also goes down, but my video recording here is blocking it, but I'd be able to click on it and read through it accordingly. But so she's summarized the details of the study that I ask you to focus on in your research summaries. And here the findings are very well summarized. This is followed by a second article, and this is all research support for the terms and concepts. And then later, the practical extensions and practical application that this student developed. So in this case, she also had a practical application that involved a motivation handout, and she describes how to complete the handout later on in her final presentation. Okay, so that brings me to the end of this video, which shows you an example with some of our content, but be sure to capture what is written on your assignment for this year.